welcome back to my channel. I am Velvet Von Stitch, but you can call me Gemma, that's my real name. Gem, Velvet, Velvy, whatever. Today I've been battling with a pattern trying to get it to fit me and it won't fit, so I've decided to abandon it for now. I will go back to it, but I've decided to make something purely for joy, not because I need to. It was my Goodwood Revival dress that I was trying to make, and the pattern I picked, I just can't get it to fit. It's the Charm Patterns Sabrina bodice, so it's a boat neck bodice with a French dart, the kind that sort of comes up from the side. My tag thing's hanging out. One of these days I won't be just a mess on here. Yeah, so it's a boat neck bodice with a French dart, so it comes up from the side pointing up to the bust, and I just can't get it to fit me. So it was getting really frustrating, and I was starting to get annoyed at my body, and it's not my body's fault, it's not my body's fault. I need to remind myself of that. So I decided to move on to something purely fun, using a pattern I've made before so I know it fits me, and using some gorgeous fabric. So the fabric I'm going to be using is this from Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn, and this is the first time I've bought anything from Rainbow Fabrics. Won't be the last. How gorgeous is this? Amazing. Not my usual colour scheme, but I really like it, and it's got a lot of colours in it that can be used as like accent colours for jewellery or other accessories, belt, shoes, handbag, whatever. So yeah, so I think I've got 5 meters of this. I think I need to check, but anyway, I've decided to make a mashup of 2 patterns. So the first one is the Charm Patterns Monroe Dress. I will put a picture in here of me in one of my Monroe dresses. So I'm going to use the bodice of that, and I'm going to attach it to the Charm Patterns circle skirt. Both of those I know fit me. I will adjust the bust on the Monroe because the last couple I've made I could have done with a little bit of extra room. So I've just measured the pattern pieces. You can see I already did a full bust adjustment on this last time, and the waist measures 48. My waist is 48, so there's 0 ease there, so I might actually if I do the bust adjustment it will add an extra inch. So what I plan to do is just cut up the areas that I cut before to do the adjustment, and what was I going to say? Cut up the areas I adjusted before and just open them an extra inch again. I think I will do the bust adjustment. That will add an inch to the waist. I just need to check that will still match the skirt pattern. And I also need to get a zip because I never have the right colour zip. I don't have the right colour thread either, but I'm going to go with this pale purple, this like pale lilac. It's not the right colour, as you can see, but I think it will be fine. If I do any, there won't really be any visible, I'm trying to think if there'll be any visible top stitching, and there really won't be, only on the zip. And I won't mind this on there. This, I think it will blend in quite nicely. The only other colour I've got is like a grey, but I think that will show up as much as this because it's like a pale grey. I need like a mauve. I'll have a look online and see if I can get the right colour thread, because I need to get a zip anyway, because I don't have the right colour zip. So if I can get the thread and the zip together on everyone's least favourite shopping thing that delivers the next day, I will. But if not, I'll just crack on with that. I don't mind having the stitching showing. It's fine. So yeah, I think this is the plan. I've got, what's today? Wednesday. I need to get this video up on Sunday, so I haven't got very long to make this, so I guess I better get on with it. Okay, so I have been fiddling around with this pattern, just making sure everything's correct. I have added in an extra inch to the bust, and I've just pinned the dart closed, and that looks like it's going to fit me very well. And this thing is hanging out again. Right, I've had enough. Why? I know why they put these on dresses, but like this one you can hang up without. They're so long as well. Goodbye. Right, okay. That's me crashing out on YouTube. That's the extent of my crash outs. No, I do crash out. As the kids say, worse than that. But yeah, so I've added in an extra inch to the waist. And yeah, I've just pinned the dart closed. I actually cut the dart away because there was too much fabric going into the dart. And I did think about rotating some of it up into the gathering of the neckline. But I didn't want to put too much gathering in the neckline that I couldn't gather it down into the spot where it's supposed to be. So I have just cut away the dart. It's quite a large dart, but it looks like it will still work for me. And this time I'm going to remember to use my dedicated boning channeling. Because I bought boning channeling and didn't use it last time. I used bias tape again. And I have got actual boning channeling, which is plush. It's like fluffy, kind of soft. I'm going to get it out because I will forget about it again. Oh no, that means I have to cut boning again, which is really difficult. Yeah, so I've got this stuff, which I don't know where the end is. There. And it will never fit in the box again. But this is actual boning casing, so it's like fluffy on the one side, and then I don't know if I can show you this, but yes, maybe. You can see it's got a hole for the boning to go in. And this is much sturdier than the bias tape I was using. So this, I'm going to keep this out on the desk so I don't forget to use it. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to cut out the pieces and transfer all the markings over and start sewing. I have a day off tomorrow and I would love it if I could get the bodice together at least. I may not be able to, but I've got Saturday as well. So, and I've got Friday evening, Friday lunchtime from work. I just hope I can get it finished so that I can get the video up. If not, you may have a different video. You're not going to know because you're just going to be watching whatever I put up. This is a pointless conversation. I think you can see how sweaty I am. It's really humid. Look at this halo of frizz. This is my best look. Might just go to Goodwood like this. Why not? Why put any effort in at all? Okay, so I have cut out everything. It was a lot. I've noticed there are some imperfections in this fabric, like here. There's some little like lines going across, but stuff like that doesn't bother me really. I mean, as long as it's not like a big old like mark on the front. I just think we're too precious about things like this. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's fabric. Chances are you're going to drop something on it anyway, or catch it on something, you know. I'm also annoyed because my zip doesn't really match very well. This was the closest colour I could find, but it's fine because it's a lapped zipper, so you're not really going to see much of it anyway, and the colour is complementary. So if you see the zipper pull at the top, it is a colour that goes with the fabric, so I'm okay with it being that colour. That's fine. So what you saw me doing was cutting out my front bodice, trying to make it so that I had I wanted a leopard on the front. So now I've cut out 2 of these. This fabric was a pain in the bum to work with. It was very, very like shifty, and not shifty as in suspicious. It was shifting about. It was stretching out. You saw me cutting the neck, like the straps. I cut them out using the pattern piece, and then when I picked them up again, they were like an inch longer because they'd stretched out straight away. So this is going to be a pain. Like, I keep making this dress out of fabrics that stretch out loads. What am I doing? So I'm just taking my pattern piece off to see my other front. So one of these will be the lining and one will be the outer. So this one, we've got the leopard going down my bust, and then this one we've got the leopard sitting up, and I think I might have this one as the outer because I think you'll see more of him, because when it's gathered in, yeah, that's the winner. That's going to be the one. How nice is that though? The leopard like full on sitting there. Like, I wanted it asymmetric as well. I didn't want it in the middle. So, and I've done that accidentally, that one. I'm happy with that. But it'll look nice on the inside as well, because I'll have a leopard on the inside too. And I really wanted them to be nice like that. So, there. So yeah, these straps, so 2 of them are interfaced, 2 are not. And I trimmed them, and I will check them again against the pattern pieces before I sew them into the dress, because those straps always cause me problems. And one time when I made the Monroe, I didn't notice that they'd stretched out, and I just sewed them to the bodice, and they were like too long and the notches weren't lining up or anything. It was such a pain. So yeah, this time I will check before I attach, and I will make sure the notches are in the right place and everything. But first things first, I'm going to sew my darts in my bodice, because once I sew them, I can think of your words, Gemma. Once I sew them, I can finish my side seams so that they don't fray, so that when I'm stitching everything together, I can press them open instead of overlocking them off, and they will be lovely. Right. I don't know if I have marked the darts, if I've trued my darts correctly so that they will have a nice straight edge, but they should do. Let's see. Oh yes, there'll be a little triangle that I can snip off at the side. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a straight side seam. That's the main thing. So yeah, so I'm going to pin these. I'm glad I went with the cutaway dart in the end, because there's so much fabric otherwise, and I just didn't want it all bulking up at the side. And I didn't want to move any of the dart fullness into the other seams, like into the gathering or anything like that, because then it changes how the dress looks. It's like it's not the design, you know, and I wanted it to be the design. So yeah, so we've got to do everything twice because this is fully lined, but it's okay. So darts, pinned, stitched. That will be perfection. And this looks like it's going to fit nicely, I think. Might be a bit big on the bust actually. Oh no, if I sew it smoothly it should be fine. Yeah. Great. I was trying to get this done for a video to go up on Sunday. It's Friday today. But I decided to stop pressuring myself and just put up a different video and just take my time with this because I don't want to rush it. It's like going to be one of my last dresses that I make for summer, and I don't want to rush it, you know. I want it to be beautiful and just, you know, lovely. Okay, so I've put together the bodice and the lining. So I've sewn my darts and put together the pieces. So this will go, feels like it's going to be a good fit. Not too loose, not too tight. Got my leopard where I want it. Next step is to put the here we go again. Put the boning channeling on the bodice. So we've got a piece that goes on the back near where the zipper goes, and a piece that goes on the side seam. And I'm thinking I might put a bit on the other seam as well and one diagonally across because I like structure in my dresses and I have got like a fat back, so let's have some boning to support that. Here's my channeling. I'm going to remember to use this time because I didn't use it last time. This is so nice compared to like the other stuff I used. So I'm just snipping. Of course I don't have my scissors, hold on. My phone's going berserk as well. Why am I so popular all of a sudden? Oh no. I've just realised boning channeling means boning, which means I'm going to cut all that boning again. Not yet. Right. Let's do this. Do you want this to go this? We can put this up into the seam allowance. It's not super bulky. That's one piece done. Should we go there as well? Another. I actually love like working with boning and stuff because it makes me feel like a proper like seamstress. I'm like, oh, look at me making a boned bodice. Like I know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. Maybe I should move on to corsets now. Corsetry. Right, so I've got one there and I've got one. Do I want one going diagonally across?
Diagonally.
Diagonally. The side. I'm not particularly squidgy on the sides, so maybe I don't need one there. Do I not? I've got enough boning. Let's just do it. I know it's right, that's one side done. I'm going to pin these on as well while I'm here. Might as well. Hello, it is the next day. Excuse me. I'm just back in the sewing room and I've just sewn my back and front straps together and I chain sewed them on the overlocker. So it's kind of like this weird bunting now, so I will just cut them apart. It was just easier to just run them through like that than to keep lifting the presser foot and starting again and cutting the threads and blah 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 blah. So we've got 2 sets that are interfaced, 2 sets that are non-interfaced, and the non-interfaced ones are the lining. Had to think there. So yeah, these are the interfaced ones. Unfortunately, it meant that some of my bits of leopard are going to end up upside down, but I figured once these seam allowances gone, you're not really going to know what part of the leopard that is, so it's not really going to matter that much. So yeah, so I need to press these now. Whoopsie. But what I thought I might do is finish the raw edges. Hold on. Yeah. Get up there. While I've got the overlocker out, finish the raw edges of the skirt pieces. Because we're going to be sewing those very soon. I didn't really want to take them off the pattern. Sorry, I've got them here attached to the paper still. I didn't really want to take them off the paper until I was ready to start working with them, because this fabric is going to stretch out a lot. I just know it is. I'm going to have to level the hem. I'm sure I am. With a circle skirt though, I'm pretty sure you could just, once the dress is assembled, fold it so that the skirt is aligned at the waist into a half circle, and then use the pattern piece to trim around to make it the same curve again. So if any bits have stretched out, you'll cut them off. I love this dress, but I hate the fact that wearing a bra with it, the straps show, and I put a cardigan over because I don't tend to go out with no sleeves, and also it's not as hot today, and I thought that would cover my bra, but nope, never mind. Who gives a damn? It's a bra. Get over it. People who get offended seeing bits of people's bra straps need to get a grip. The skirt is going to be amazing, look, with these full leopards on it. It's going to be so good. There's one there climbing down, one sitting. This is centre back. It's going to be so cool. I'm so excited. But yeah, I think I may actually just not fiddle with these too much at the moment. Just leave them for now. Let's just get the bodice together, and then when we are assembling the skirt, we can start by overlocking all the raw edges, and then work with them then, because I don't want to pull it around too much and make it stretch out before I've even started. And I will be stay stitching the waistline on this one because I don't want that to stretch out. Right, so I'm going to press those straps and then come back and attach them to the bodice. Okay, so I've got my first strap pinned to the bodice, so the interfaced one, and this did require a bit of easing. There's a lot of curves going on here, but I have lots of pins in, and we're sewing from about 2 inches from the centre back all the way up to centre front, and then we stop there. So I've got a pin in at centre front just to stop me. And then we attach the other strap up to centre front. So basically we're left with these which are left hanging, because these are the ones that cross over and go over your shoulder. I think that's right. Yes, they go into the back neckline. I remember now. It's been a while since I made this. But yeah, so we just do one strap at a time, and we're doing the interfaced ones first. So we've got our lovely gathering. This is going to look so good if I don't muck it up when I sew it now. So now I'm going to sew this and hope for the best. I don't know whether to start at centre front and go towards centre back. I think that would be easier actually. Start at the point, so I can't go past it. It's 5/8 there. Yes. Dead on centre front. There. It's really difficult not to get anything jammed in that shouldn't be in there. Okay. There we go. So, this is always a bit nerve-wracking, because if I muck this up, it's a pig to unpick it. Let's just sew it, let's just sew it. We're just going to sew it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so I've sewn that first one on. This fabric frays like crazy. So we have lovely gathering, lovely joined seam. I'm just making sure none of my basting stitches are showing, because I felt for sure that they would, but they're not. And we've got our 2 inches free at the back here. This is where we'll do our clean finish zipper method. But yeah, that is looking really good. My seams are lined up. Excellent. Excellent. No basting stitches. Pretty perfect. Now we do the other one. So what we want to do, I'm just going to put my gathering stitches out of the way. I haven't cut them yet because I need to make sure that the they match. So I'm just checking my pattern piece to make sure that my notches are in the right place, because remember when we cut this out there was some stretching. This is all nicely pressed, looking lovely, looking lovely. So next thing we need to do is actually sew the uninterfaced straps to the interface straps, just these free ends up to the centre front circle. So I just need to make sure that I have got these the right way round. That would go like that, so it goes like that. Yes. So this is the one for this side. Yes? No. That's the other side. So confusing. Very easy to sew these the wrong way round. We want them to be the same. Yes, here we go. So end to end. That sounds rude. Sometimes I think I haven't turned my iron off. And then I check if my sewing machine still switches on, it means I've turned the right plug off. Because I leave it plugged in while I'm sewing, but turned off at the wall. Because the iron doesn't have an on-off switch. I wish I had one of those irons that like turned itself off, lifted itself up if you leave it for a certain amount of time. One day I will invest in a fancy iron, but today is not that day. It's really tricky to get right into the centre front bit. There we go. That's one. Do the other one. Let's turn this up the other way. Just trying to keep everything as smooth as possible. We don't want any puckers. We don't want any like twisting or ow, stabbing yourself with pins. I have stabbed myself with pins at least 7 times on this project already. How is there a... Oh, I pulled the wrong one out. Whoopsie. Okay, we'll go back and pin that one again. So annoying. Shush, stomach. There we are. We are pinned. Both sides. So we've got 2 flappies at the front, but our straps are pinned right sides together, so when we sew round them we can pull them through, and we've got our back straps, front to back straps, the straps basically finished, neatly done. Right, so that's done. So now I think we are folding this over and pressing the raw edge of this under by 1/2 inch so that we can finish the inside cleanly. Yes, and it will just cover up the stitching inside. This is going to be so nice, like super nice. I'm just wiggling the seam allowances to the edge. Yeah, that's going to be really nice, really nicely finished inside. And what a beaut. I love as well on the back, I have managed to accidentally, on purpose, accidentally have it so when the zip is closed, we've got a little leopard along the centre back, and his tail is like on the other. It's not even the same tail, it's the grey tail, but it looks like his tail's on the next panel. How cute! And it almost matches up, like pattern matched on the back, and I didn't intend that, but this will, let's fold this as if we had already sewn our zip in. Let's pin that closed. And then let's pin this one as if that is already done as well. Ouchie. I've stabbed myself so many times. And then put this together as if the zip is done up. It is so close to being like pattern matched. I think from a glance you would think that was pattern matched. Nice. Didn't intend that. Absolutely accidental. I always end up accidentally pattern matching. I don't know why that happens. It must just be the way the fabric's laid out, but it happens all the time. I'm like, if I've got anything with a pattern and I don't even bother trying to match it, which I haven't on this, apart from I just wanted a leopard on the front. So I just made sure I cut out the pieces so that the leopard was centre, well, on the centre front, is slightly offset. That was the only thing I did to make sure the print was good. I didn't want to end up with like just the leopard's bum on the front or something. And yeah, it's worked out that everything's come out pretty good. I've got hiccups. So yeah, I'm going to be stopping soon. It must be nearly 4 o'clock. I thought my sewing machine was broken as well. It started making like a weird like noise, and I was trying to figure out where the noise was coming from. It was like, it was sewing and then it would go like and I was like, oh man, what's that? And I was thinking I might have to get my other sewing machine out, my old one, to see and put this one away until I can afford to get it serviced. But I thought I'll just check I was like listening and I was like, I'm sure that's coming from the bobbin, like maybe a pin's got in there or something. So I opened up all the bobbin area, took out all the bits out, cleaned it, nothing in there. But I noticed the what's it called, like the cradle that the bobbin goes into, perhaps that was not aligned correctly, because when I last cleaned it, which was only like a week or so ago, I don't think I turned the dial so that the notch was at the top, and that's what you're supposed to do, so it's all aligned. And I think when I put the thing back in, it wasn't lined up correctly, so it obviously run for a little while and it was okay, and then it got dislodged and it just wasn't okay. So I put it all back together how it should be, and it seems fine now. Okay, so I am here trying on because I want to check the position of the straps. I have pinned the straps in. Shut up! I'm filming. Honestly, someone thinks she's dying. Very hard for me to hold this closed at the back, but anyway, this will close at the back because that will pull tight. The issue I'm having is this, where the darts are. Now, I think if I just continue the dart a little bit further, just carry the dart on another inch or another, just to yeah, if I carry the dart on for an extra inch, I think that will take that little point away. It's just a little bit too far away from the apex for me, but I can fix that. I can sew the dart further along on the lining and on the outer fabric because they're not connected yet. So at this stage I can get back in here and just extend the darts just so that they stop at a better level for my bust. So I'm going to do that first. I'll do it on the lining first, because if it doesn't work then... But it's because I did the bust adjustment. I think I should have left the bust as it was. It was fitting me okay previously. But this will be tighter around here once it's... Do you have to? She's sniffing her bowl as if she's starving to death. Yeah, this will be tighter once the zip's done up at the back. And I'll be wearing a different bra as well. But this pointiness needs to go. And I think the only way to get rid of that is to, yeah, sew the dart a bit. I think an inch. I'll go an inch more. Try and taper it off a bit more smoothly so it's not so pointy. But happy with it. Love the neckline. Love the gathering. Love where the leopard is. Really, really happy with it. I have got my skirt panels all overlocked on the loose edges. I have this fabric sheds like crazy, and I have overlocked around the pockets, so finished all those raw edges. So yeah, don't know if I'm going to do any more today. I might just baste the straps into place just so that I know they're in the right place. And then we are going to be finishing inside then. So covering up all the ugliness inside. Not that there's much. Putting the boning in. And then we can make the skirt and join them together. Very happy with how it's looking so far. Very, very happy. And still so chuffed with my accidental almost pattern matching on the back. It's going to be so good. I'm excited. are finishing this dress now. So hemming. I have levelled the hem kind of in a slapdash way, but good enough. So basically I laid it on the table, matched the waist seams, measured down from the waist to the hem 29 inches all the way round so that it is level. And then I've sewn a line of stitching. There's bits of thread everywhere here. I've sewn a line of stitching at 1/4 of an inch around the hem, and I'm going to press that up now just so that the line of stitching is just over the edge, and then turn it one more time, and then that will be my narrow hem, and that should lay nice and flat because it's not too much fabric. The problem with the circle skirt hem is you're trying to get a larger piece of fabric to lay flat in a smaller area. This is annoying because you have to press it and try not to burn yourself. This is why I didn't want to use this option before. But if I just go around double folding as I go and pressing and pinning, hopefully we will get a nice hem, a nice flat hem that we can sew. And yes, it will show from the right side, but I don't mind that. I just didn't want to use the horsehair braid for this one because I felt like it would be too much, you know. This is meant to be a more casual dress. I didn't really want it to have the fancy hem, the big floofy hem. I mean, it's still going to have a floofy hem because it's a circle skirt, but I just wanted to do it a bit differently this time. Okay, so I've hemmed this dress. So this was the method where you sew a line of stitching 1/4 of an inch around the hem and then fold it up twice. I don't like this method of hemming. I remembered now why I never do it. I've done it before. It never gets a nice smooth hem. I do everything right and I end up with a hem that looks like pie crust or wibbly wobbly. And it takes ages. And there's too much pressing. And frankly, I just think that the horsehair braid is still my favourite at this time. I will try other methods. So you can hem it with bias tape. That's another one. I mean, actually, now I'm pressing this, it doesn't look so bad. But like, there's bits of it that just look like it just does not want to go flat. And yeah, it's just very curly. Very like wobbly hem, and I just don't like it. It's hard to sew as well because you have to like feed it through the machine on a curve. You can't feed it through straight because it's not a straight line, it's a curve. And if you try to feed it through straight, it just misbehaves. And then when you've done it and try to like press it flat, you have to like press it in a curve as well. You can't just press it in a straight line because it won't go in a straight line. Not my favourite. We have our hemmed skirt. Looks like it might be looking okay actually. Looks alright to me. So all that's left is our hand sewing. I'm going to leave that there. And tomorrow when I finish work I'll do all the hand sewing. Then it's done. Saturday I can just try it on and film the end of the video, and then I can crack on with my Goodwood dress, which I'm very excited to get started on because I am sick of this fabric now. I just want this done. I feel like it's taken me forever. All these pins are trying to come out. This is really annoying. Just stay. I need you to stay in. I have to finish it tomorrow. Please. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, let's just drape it over the mannequin, I think. I don't want it to fall and I don't want it to get screwed up. Okay, I have a stomachache. I'm going to stop. I'll see you back for the reveal.
I was swinging along, minding my business, when suddenly out of the blue, just like a present from heaven, beautiful, wonderful you. The clouds disappeared and the birds started singing a beautifully wonderful tune, for no other song could be worthy of beautiful, wonderful you. Now who could have thought this could happen? Who would have ever believed? Could it be true that someone like you could fall for somebody like me? I'll swing along, happy as ever, no longer lonely or blue, for I have been kissed by an angel.
I really love this dress. I'm sorry about the fan. It's so hot. My face is sweating so much. It took me ages to get the zip done up because I've got this thing that you pull over your shoulder to pull the zip up, but it was just too tight at the top for me to do it myself. I needed some help because I needed to be able to pull it round me and have someone pull the zip. So annoying. But I love this. I think putting the extra boning in has really helped with the structure. It's very like, it's staying where it should on the waist, and I'm very happy with that. I love the skirt. I love the distribution of leopards. I'm sorry about the light in here, but I just could not face going out in the garden. I was out in the garden this morning for an hour just doing some gardening, and I think I died. And now I'm in hell. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'm so happy with this. I think it's really cute. It's exactly how I envisioned it. Very, very happy. I love the Monroe bodice, and now I have more tattoos. It shows them off nicely. I think I showed you my sewing tattoo there. That was my most recent addition along with the roses. Very happy with those. But yeah, I love this dress so much. I love that I've got the leopards, like the full leopard on the front there. It's great. Did just cut his tail off, but because you've got a bit of a leopard's foot down here, kind of looks like the tail if you don't look too closely. So I'm happy with that. But yeah, I'm really happy. And then if you see on the back, I don't know if you can see, I lined it up. Am I in shot? I lined it up so the leopard is looking at the zip. No one will notice that really, because usually my hair will be there, and I hope no one's looking at the zip that closely. I think next time I make this, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room, because clearly when the weather's hot and I am bloated as I am now, I need a little bit more wiggle room, but it feels very comfortable. I like to be compressed when I'm wearing it, and it's not compressing me really. I mean, I've got room here, like there's boning, so I can't but you can see there's room in the waist and everything. But yeah, very happy with this. Hope this noise is not too distracting. I'm just so sweaty. Thank you for being here. Sorry about the poor lighting for this end of video. It's just, I can't bear to be outside at the moment, and being inside is not much better, frankly. But yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this project. I will be back again soon. The next project should be my Goodwood dress, and if it's not, tell me off, because I'm supposed to be doing that. And if I haven't done it, this is quite noisy. If I haven't done it, then you need to tell me to do it, because I'm very behind. I'm not actually looking forward to going to Goodwood. I think that's the problem. It's going to be hot. I don't like it there when it's hot. There's very little shaded areas and I just don't do well in the heat. I went out to the zoo for my niece's birthday. I've put the footage in this video because, you know, zoo, wild animals, it kind of fitted. And it was so hot. I think I had a touch of heat stroke. I felt very unwell that evening and the next day. I'm not made for this weather. I can't cope with it. And I really am considering moving up to Scotland because I just can't deal with this heat. And the south of England gets very hot in the summer now, and I don't like it. In fact, I hate it. I actually hate it. But yes, thank you for being here. Sorry, I'm sweaty again. I don't want to wreck my vintage gloves. Yeah, sorry I'm sweaty again, but this is just me in summer. I can't help it. Perimenopause and heat wave. What are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? But yes, please do join me again. Please do like, subscribe, leave a comment. I love to read your comments. Join my new Facebook group, please, if you're a sewer, a sewist. It would be nice to have some more people in there. There's a few of us in there at the moment, showing off what we're making and talking about things like hemming, which I don't like doing, and stuff like that. So yeah, it would be lovely to see you over there. Oh, and by the way, this also has pockets. It has pockets. I'm just going to take some photos now of this before I take it off, and then I'm going to chill for the evening, preferably not wearing any clothes because it's too hot. Yes. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day, whatever you're doing for the rest of the day, and thank you for being here, and I will see you again next time.